My dear friend, my beloved in Christ, have you ever stood in the quiet of your own life, perhaps in the stillness of the early morning or the solitude of a late night, and felt a profound, unshakable sense that you were on the verge of something, a feeling not of anxiety, but of anticipation, a holy restlessness deep within your spirit that the noise and distractions of this world could not quite silence? In my 2 decades of walking alongside souls, I have come to recognize this feeling not as a random emotion, but as the first stirring of a sacred summons. It is the sound of God knocking on the door of your heart. So let me speak to you now, not as a distant voice, but as a spiritual father who has sat with countless souls just like yours. Understand this with every fiber of your being. Your presence here, your listening to my voice at this very moment, is not a product of chance. It is not the result of a random algorithm or a fleeting curiosity. It is a divine appointment, meticulously arranged by the providence of a God who knows your name, who has counted every hair on your head, and who has orchestrated the symphony of your entire life to lead you to this precise intersection of time and grace. This is a kairos moment, a moment of sacred, opportune time, pregnant with eternal significance, and it demands the full attention of your soul. If you turn away now, if you allow the world to pull you back into its clamor, you risk missing the very key I have prepared to unlock the next chapter of your existence. The journey that lies before you is not a casual stroll. It is a pilgrimage with a divine destination, and it requires your focused presence right now. So, I invite you, just for a moment, to pause with me. Take a deep, deliberate breath. Quiet the frantic racing of your mind. Let the tensions in your shoulders release. Allow your spirit to settle, to become a still and tranquil pool, ready to receive the living water of truth. Know that these words are not meant merely for your ears or your intellect. They are destined for the deepest sanctuary of your soul, the place where the Holy Spirit dwells. Simply by being open, by creating this small space of receptivity in your busy life, you are preparing the ground for the seeds of grace I intend to plant within you. If you feel that stirring now, that quiet, persistent nudge in your spirit that you cannot logically explain or dismiss, then stay here with me, for God is about to speak. The destiny I have meticulously planned for you is not a distant dream. It is a present reality, fully prepared and waiting to be unveiled. But it cannot be forced upon you. It requires your willing, yes, your fiat, your consent to receive it. Take a moment and reflect on the hands that have carried you through your life, your own hands. Think of all they have done. They have toiled. They have reached out in prayer. They have clung on through storms. They have carried burdens both seen and unseen. These are not common hands, my dear friend, because you are far from a common soul. You are a precious, unrepeatable creation of the Most High God. Perhaps the world, in its cynical and weary way, has tried to dim the divine light I placed within you. Perhaps it has whispered lies to you in the dark, causing you to doubt your worth, to question your purpose, to forget the royal identity you hold as a child of the King. But I am here now, in this sacred moment, to remind you of the truth. You are not insignificant. You are essential. And this is the season for you to finally and fully step into the vocation, the unique and holy calling that I designed for you from before the foundations of the world. Your birth was not merely a biological event, it was a deployment. You were sent into this world on a specific mission, carrying a unique charism, a spiritual gift that was kept hidden and protected until the appointed time. And that time is now. You have felt it coming, haven't you? That deep, inner quickening, that gentle pull toward something more, something transcendent. This feeling is not restlessness. It is the awakening of the very purpose for which you were made. For your entire life, you have perceived the world through a different lens. You have consistently walked a path slightly out of step with the crowd. You have processed thoughts in ways that others found peculiar, and you have seen patterns and possibilities where others saw only chaos or emptiness. I want you to hear this with the full force of heaven's authority. This was never a flaw. It was your training. This feeling of being an outsider, of never quite fitting in, was not a mark of defect, but a sign of your divine designation. You were being conditioned for a different kind of service. The difficult, winding, and often lonely roads you have traveled were not meaningless detours. They served a profound purpose. They were forging in you a spiritual resilience, a depth of character, and a dependency on me that would be absolutely necessary for the path I have now laid before you. The world tried to make you feel isolated, but I was consecrating you for leadership. This moment, right now, is your invitation to remember and reclaim the person I created you to be. Your purpose is not to blend in, to become a chameleon conforming to the colors of a fallen world. Your purpose is to be a sacrament, a visible sign of my invisible grace. It is to carry my presence into rooms filled with despair, to bring my wisdom into conversations clouded by confusion, and to fully occupy the specific, holy assignment I am giving to you. You have been given more than enough strength to endure, and more than enough wisdom to follow my lead. The very same Spirit that parted the Red Sea, that gave courage to the martyrs, that inspired the prophets and apostles throughout the ages, is alive and active within you at this very moment. Therefore, your past does not define you, and the opinions of others cannot confine you. You are living in an age of profound spiritual confusion, an era where clarity is rare and doubt is rampant. But you, my beloved, are standing on the precipice of a new and mighty work that I am initiating on this earth. Be assured that in the days to come, a new season of clarity, favor, and divine opportunity is dawning specifically for you. My presence is becoming more tangible, and those whose hearts are prepared, like yours, will witness its unfolding in miraculous ways. If you have felt that your life has been in a holding pattern, that your prayers have hit a ceiling, consider this moment your divine confirmation. The season of delay is officially over. The deepest, most noble desires of your heart, the ones you barely dared to whisper to me in the dark, I have heard every single one. They have not been forgotten. They have been held in the treasury of my heart, kept safe, and waiting for this exact time to be brought into glorious manifestation. This is your time. Your awakening is now. My dear child, let us now speak of the past, not to dwell in its shadows or reopen old wounds, but to walk back through its valleys together, this time carrying the lamp of divine understanding. For I know the questions that have haunted you in the lonely hours of the night, the whispers that have suggested my absence in your moments of greatest need. You have looked back on the landscape of your life and seen seasons of confusion, periods of profound loss, and trials that felt less like tests and more like punishments. You have endured hardships that seemed utterly pointless, and in your pain, you may have wondered, where were you, God, when my heart was breaking? I want to speak directly to that pain now, with the tender authority of your Creator. The most insidious lie the enemy ever tells is that your suffering is a sign of my displeasure or abandonment. He wants you to believe that your struggles were proof of your unworthiness. But I have brought you to this moment of clarity to declare a profound and life-altering truth. Your hardship was never my rejection. It was my refinery. Your pain was not a punishment. It was your preparation. Every difficult experience you have endured, my precious one, was a meticulously chosen tool in the hands of a master artisan, shaping you for a glory you are only now beginning to apprehend. Think of a master blacksmith in his forge. To create a sword of exceptional strength and beauty, one fit for a king, he does not simply pour molten metal into a mold. No, he takes the raw steel and thrusts it into the heart of the fire. He heats it until it glows, until it is malleable and surrendered. Then, he places it upon the anvil and strikes it. He hammers it, again and again, with powerful, deliberate blows. To an outside observer, this process looks violent, destructive even. But the blacksmith is not angry at the steel. He is not trying to break it. With every strike, he is expelling impurities. With every return to the fire, he is tempering its strength. With every precise blow, he is shaping it, sharpening it, bringing forth the magnificent potential that was hidden within the raw material. You, my child, have been in my sanctifying forge. The fires you have walked through were meant to purify your heart of pride and self-reliance. The hammer blows of disappointment, betrayal, and failure were not meant to shatter you, but to shape your character, to forge in you a resilience and a strength that a life of ease could never produce. You felt the intense heat because the purpose I have for you is great. You were not made for a comfortable, common existence on an easy path. You were made for a life of heroic virtue and excellence. And such a life requires a soul that has been tested, tempered, and proven true in the crucible of adversity. Or think of a master sculptor who sees a magnificent angel trapped within a rough, shapeless block of marble. To release that angel, he must take up his chisel and mallet. He must chip away, sometimes violently, everything that is not the angel. He must carve and sand and polish, a long and arduous process. You have felt that chisel, haven't you? The loss of relationships you cherished, the closing of doors you thought were your future, the stripping away of identities you clung to. It felt like you were losing parts of yourself, that you were being diminished. But in my eyes, you were not being taken apart. You were being set free. I was lovingly and painstakingly removing everything in you that was not the true, authentic, powerful creation I designed you to be, revealing the masterpiece that was hidden underneath. This divine sculpting has produced within you a profound capacity that you may not even recognize yet. The seasons of waiting, when it felt as though I was silent and nothing was happening, were not periods of stagnation. They were my classroom for discernment. It was in that stillness that I taught you to distinguish my gentle whisper from the world's deafening roar. It was in the darkness of uncertainty that you learned to trust my hand, even when you could not see my face, to take the next step in faith without knowing the final destination. This built within you a deep, unshakable trust that is now the very foundation upon which I will build your future. The times you were misunderstood, judged, or wrongly perceived by others were also part of this training. You felt the sting of that isolation, but it served a holy purpose. It detached you from a dependency on human approval and taught you to find your worth exclusively in my unchangeable love for you. You learned to stand alone with me, to be confident in the truth I placed in your heart, even when no one else affirmed it. This has given you a spiritual backbone, a holy courage that will be essential in the days ahead, for you will be called to speak my truth in places that do not wish to hear it. Do not ever believe that your tears were shed in vain. Every moment of sorrow carved out a greater capacity for joy within your soul. Every experience of your own weakness deepened your reliance on my infinite strength. And every wound you received has now become a source of profound empathy. You will be able to comfort those who grieve because you have known grief. You will be able to offer hope to the despairing because you have navigated despair. You will guide the lost with gentle compassion because you, too, have felt lost. Your greatest pains have become the source of your most potent ministry. They were not pointless. They were your ordination. Therefore, my beloved, it is time to look back on your past with new eyes. See my sovereign hand in every event. Recognize the grace that was present even in the deepest sorrow. Forgive those who hurt you, not because they deserved it, but because you recognize they were, often unknowingly, instruments in my divine plan of your sanctification. And be thankful. Do not regret the pause, the waiting, the trials. Be thankful for them, for it was in that sacred space of difficulty that I was creating within you a person capable of carrying the extraordinary weight of glory I have prepared for you. Had the blessings I have for you arrived any sooner, they might have crushed you. Had the doors opened before now, you might have been pulled down by the opportunity rather than lifted up by it. But now, because of what you have endured, you are not just ready, you are prepared, you have been tried and tested, and you have been found worthy. The forge has done its work. The sculpting is complete for this season. Now, you are no longer just a child of God. You are a proven vessel, ready to be filled with my Spirit and poured out for the sake of the world. My child, now that we have looked upon the past with the eyes of faith and understood its sanctifying purpose, we must turn our gaze to the present with the wisdom of serpents and the innocence of doves. For the road ahead is not without its perils. In fact, precisely because you have been refined in the forge, precisely because you are being awakened to your high calling, you must understand that the spiritual battlefield has now changed for you. The one who opposes me, the adversary of your soul, does not waste his most clever and insidious traps on those who pose no threat to his kingdom of darkness. The very fact that you are now facing a new and more subtle form of spiritual warfare is a profound confirmation of your immense value in my sight and the significance of the mission I have prepared for you. Therefore, listen to me with the utmost seriousness. I have guided you to this very moment to give you a critical and urgent warning. A danger is taking shape near you, a trap set before you with masterful subtlety. It will not appear as something evil or repulsive. On the contrary, it will appear as a magnificent gift. It may come disguised as the very opportunity you have been praying for, the relationship you have longed for, the promotion or recognition you feel you have earned, or a path that promises a swift end to your season of waiting and struggle. It is a gilded cage, a spiritual confinement designed to look like a deliverance. And if you are not watchful, my child, if your spirit is not firmly centered in me, you will walk right into it. Understand the strategy of the deceiver. He is not a fool. He does not show up with horns and a pitchfork. He shows up as an angel of light. He counterfeits my work with breathtaking precision. He will present you with a job that mirrors the vocation you desire, a person whose words seem to perfectly echo the guidance you seek, a community that offers the belonging your heart craves. But beneath the shimmering surface of these offerings lie hidden agendas, veiled motives, and spiritual strings designed to entangle you, to divert your course, and to neutralize your effectiveness in my kingdom. He wants to shift your path just enough so you miss fulfilling the true, glorious purpose I hold for you. What the world might applaud as a breakthrough, I see as a snare, and only those whose spirits are awake and watchful will perceive the difference. So how do you discern the difference? I have placed a divine alarm system within your very soul. Pay close attention to this. Have you recently felt a subtle sense of unease about a new opportunity or relationship, even when everything looks perfect on the surface? Have you felt a strange check in your spirit, a quiet hesitation you cannot logically explain? That feeling, my beloved child, is a sacred gift. It is not your own anxiety or fear. It is my Holy Spirit within you, sounding a gentle but firm warning. It is my sacred caution, my loving protection rising up to tell you, pause, Be still. Something is not right here. Do not dismiss this feeling. Do not rationalize it away. Honor it. It is one of the most powerful tools of discernment I have given you. Furthermore, observe the spirit behind the opportunity. My guidance is always accompanied by a deep, abiding peace in your heart, even if the path is difficult. My invitations are gentle. They do not rush you. They feel spacious and life-giving. The adversary's traps, however, are almost always marked by a spirit of frantic urgency. You will feel a subtle, yet powerful, pressure to act. Now, a nagging voice will whisper, "If you don't say yes immediately, this chance will be lost forever." This is his signature. Haste and fear are his tools to make you bypass my counsel and leap into a decision your spirit has not confirmed. When you feel that demanding, insistent push, you can be certain it is not from me. I am not in that frantic energy, and if I am not in it, my child, then it is not the place for you. Be exceedingly careful whose advice you accept in this season. Not everyone who speaks my name is sent by me. Not every hand that reaches out to help is genuinely seeking your good. Some are sent to draw you away from your unique path. The enemy may even assign people to you, individuals who seem like divine connections, whose true, unconscious mission is to observe you, imitate you, and drain the spiritual energy and anointing I have placed upon you. Trust that inner knowing I have given you. When you are in the presence of someone and your spirit feels subtly drained, disturbed, or confused, pay attention. My spirit within you is giving you an early signal of caution, even if there is no outward proof yet. Therefore, hear my command for you in this season. Stand still. Do not be so quick to enter every open door. Some doors are traps. Do not be so quick to say yes. Do not commit your resources, your finances, your energy, or the vulnerability of your spirit to matters I have not personally sanctioned for you. If you have felt a strange, divine stillness on your forward movement, if doors you thought should be open are not opening, do not see it as rejection. See it as my hand of protection, a divine safeguard between you and a danger you cannot yet see. I am still preparing what is authentically and truly meant for you. When it arrives, it will not bring confusion, anxiety, or urgency. It will bring a peace that surpasses all understanding, a deep and joyful resonance within your soul that confirms, "This is from my Father." Until then, wait for my signal. Your obedience in waiting is your greatest weapon right now. Step away from the counterfeit. The time is short, and your destiny is too important to be compromised. My dear child, perhaps the most difficult and misunderstood instruction in the spiritual life is the command to wait. After warning you away from the cleverly disguised traps of the enemy, I have not immediately thrust you onto a new, brightly lit highway. Instead, you may find yourself in a season of profound and perhaps unsettling stillness. It may feel as though everyone else is moving forward, celebrating victories and receiving their blessings, while you have been left behind in a quiet, lonely waiting room. Do not let your heart be troubled by this, and do not, for one moment, misinterpret this sacred pause. This period of waiting, my beloved child, is not a punishment. It is a strategic placement. You are not being overlooked. You are being kept secure and set apart for a time. I need you to understand this with absolute clarity. This divine stillness that I have placed upon your forward movement is one of the most powerful and active expressions of my love and protection for you. Every door that is not opening for you right now is not a sign of my rejection. It is my hand of mercy, a divine safeguard shielding you from trouble you cannot see. The world screams that you must always be moving, always striving, always producing, but I am training you in the formidable spiritual strength of patience. Your adversary depends on you acting on impulse, on the fear of being left behind. But I am teaching you that waiting on my timing is your greatest strategic advantage, and I am calling you to use it wisely. You may not perceive it, but right now, behind the veil of the visible world, things are shifting. True motives are being exposed, masks are being removed, and those who have positioned themselves as opponents are being revealed for what they are. If you remain exactly where I have placed you, in this quiet holding pattern, you will be kept safe and secure from the fallout of what is about to unravel. You may feel forgotten, but the truth is, I am intentionally keeping you covered, hiding you from attacks you cannot even perceive, and from plots being formed against you without your knowledge. So do not try to force your way through a closed door. Do not strive to take a step forward when I have commanded you to stand still. To move ahead of my timing is to step out from under my protective covering and into something that, while it may look fine on the surface, holds hidden dangers that will wound your spirit. This pause is also a time of profound preparation. It is not empty time, it is a divine incubator. What I am building inside you right now, in this quiet and hidden space, is far more valuable and eternal than any external achievement the world can offer. Stop calling this a delay. My ways are planned, not slow. While you are waiting, I am increasing your capacity. I am strengthening you little by little, so that when the blessing comes, it will not be too much for you. I am getting you ready for the good things I have planned, just as surely as I am getting those things ready for you. I am teaching you to trust me in the silence, to honor me without needing immediate proof, and to wait with hope without needing all the answers. This kind of faith, forged in the stillness, is a powerful force that influences the unseen realm and removes obstacles before they even appear on your path. I know this season can feel lonely. It may feel as if you have been set apart from others, but do not mistake my consecration for isolation. When I set you apart, it is often because the voices of the crowd are too loud for you to hear my whisper clearly. I am seeking to align your spirit perfectly with mine, and that delicate work cannot be done in noisy spaces. In this sacred solitude, I am sharing wisdom and strategy with you that will guide your future. So let others misunderstand you. I did not give them the map for your life. They do not need to approve what I have already purposed for you. Do not be tempted to rush back into the spotlight when I have commanded you to rest and be renewed in private. You are not being forgotten. You are being prepared in private for a public purpose that will astound those who once overlooked you. So, my cherished child, do not resent the slowness. Respect it. See it as the deliberate, loving pace of a God who is working with deep intention, not by accident. This is not a pause. This is not a holding pattern. This is a holy season of being prepared for your mission. And when I finally say, go, you will not just walk into the destiny I have for you. You will launch into it with a quiet power, a deep certainty, and a fortified spirit that could only have come from learning the sacred grace of waiting on me. My child, you have walked faithfully through the forge of suffering. You have stood watchfully at the crossroads of discernment, and you have honored the sacred pause with a trust that has moved my heart. I know you have endured long seasons of confusion, nights filled with unanswered questions, and a weariness in your soul that felt bone deep. You have wrestled with doubts about your path, your worth, and your own ability to hear my voice correctly. But I declare to you now, the time for that struggle is ending. I am about to sweep all of that away. The fog is clearing. A profound change is coming, but it is not merely a change in your external circumstances. The primary shift is happening within you, in the deepest part of your heart and spirit. I am opening up a deeper knowing inside you, a quiet sanctuary of understanding, where things that have perplexed you for years will suddenly make perfect sense. This is not simply head knowledge that you can learn from a book or a teacher. This is sacred understanding, a divine revelation that flows directly from my spirit to yours because you have trusted me in the waiting. You are about to understand, with breathtaking clarity, why everything happened the way it did. You will see why certain relationships had to end, why certain doors had to close, and why certain weights felt so heavy for so long. You will look back and see the truth. You weren't being overlooked. You were being protected. You thought you were being taken apart, but you were being put together stronger. Every tear you shed was watering the soil for something beautiful and lasting to emerge. The long, quiet seasons that felt like nothingness were, in fact, the times I was speaking the deepest truths into your spirit, preparing you for what was to come. As this inner unveiling takes place, you will find that the world around you must begin to realign with the new reality within you. When you live in harmony with the person I created you to be, all of creation must eventually reflect that truth. What you require will begin to flow to you, not through frantic striving, but through a grace-filled ease. Kindness you did not expect will find you. People will begin to see you differently, not because you have changed to please them, but because the unique, divine light I placed within you is no longer hidden. Barriers that once slowed your progress will simply fade away. Unforeseen goodness will arrive with such swiftness that your heart will be filled with awe and wonder. Where uncertainty once clouded your mind, a deep and settled clarity will arrive. The power of old pains and past hurts will finally lessen its grip on you. The places within you that felt broken will feel themselves being drawn toward a divine wholeness. This is happening because you are finally stepping into the truth of your being. And my beloved child, you will no longer feel the need to explain or justify yourself to anyone. The favor of God upon your life will become its own testimony. Others will see the quiet strength in your bearing, the wisdom in your words, and the peace that surrounds you, and they will know that you have been with me. This is the moment that will quiet every question you ever had. You will look at the beautiful tapestry of your life, woven together from threads of both joy and sorrow, and you will finally understand, with a gratitude that brings tears to your eyes, that nothing was wasted. It was all preparing you for this. The time for receiving is near, the understanding is near, the wholeness is near. You are not lost, my child. You are becoming aware. The great unveiling is at hand. My child, we have arrived. The journey through the past is complete, the dangers of the present have been illuminated, and the promise of the future has been unveiled. The season of hidden preparation is over. The time for remaining in place has passed. Now is the time for demonstration. Now is the time for you to rise and fully embody the truth of who I have created and called you to be. See this moment for what it is, a direct confirmation, a sacred anointing, a strong summons to rise up. I know that even now, a whisper of hesitation may remain. You may feel you are not yet ready, not yet perfect, not yet fully equipped. But hear me, my cherished child. I do not require you to be flawless. I require only your readiness to move when I guide. You are complete, exactly as you stand, for this next step. Release any lingering hesitation about the capabilities I have given you. Stop concealing the inner radiance you possess. The time for playing small is over. This moment is critical. It is not too late, but the time for moving is right now. If you do not move forward in this moment, potential outcomes will alter. Certain doors I have prepared will not open. And most importantly, others who are meant to benefit from the unique grace you carry, who are waiting for the very thing I have placed within you, will not receive it. Your obedience now is not just for you, it is for them. You don't need any more proof or a louder sign. This conversation, this stirring in your soul, is the indication. So what does this mean? It means you must act, rise, speak, offer solace, lead others, bring forth new realities, and set down firm supports for my kingdom. Use the gifts you hold. Speak the truth I have placed within your heart. Go to the places I show you. Do not let fear quiet the unique expression I have given you. Do not let hesitation block the path I have prepared for you. Understand the spiritual authority you now carry. You are not meant to stay confined. You are an individual dispatched with a particular assignment. Your very presence carries an influence that alters the atmosphere of a room. You bring light where others see only shadows. When you speak from the place of truth I have cultivated within you, people will listen. When you act, you will set things in order and bring forth newness. You no longer need to describe the power you carry. Simply live from that place, and the world will bear witness to it. My precious child, you have waited long enough. You have been made ready. Every experience, every sorrow, every joy has prepared you for this moment. Your future is certain not because of your own strength, but because of my assurance. So move forward with inner certainty. Take steps without holding back. Enter completely into this season, for this is the specific moment I have always intended for you. Your journey has not ended. It has just truly begun. Go forth in the peace and the power of the one who sends you. Amen.